Welcome to the chair. Guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have, like I said, mentioned before, we have a special guest. I thank God that she, agreed to join us on today, and we just gonna go ahead and let her talk. So, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Rebecca Parker. I am a mother of 5. Um, I am originally from Florida. I was born and raised here. I just want to tell you a little bit about my journey and how my journey began and how God transformed it into His Word, which says that everything works together for the good of those who love God. When I was born in Bartow, Florida. My mom left me in the hospital. For years, I wanted to meet her. For years, I prayed, just wanted to see where I come from, who my parents was, who I was related to. And until I got 22 years old and actually pregnant with my first daughter, I went to the Vital Statistics office and was trying to obtain my birth certificate. But when I gave them my name on the paperwork, they told me I didn't exist. And reason being was because when you're born, you're either baby girl Parker or baby, whatever your last name is, you're the mother's maiden name until they name you. Well, Mom didn't really stick around for that part of it. So I went back to the foster care people, asked them, what her real name was, and told them about my birth certificate. They gave me her name and her last known address. I can remember talking to my ex-husband. I said, do you think, it's wise that I go? And he said, yes, because there's questions that you have not had answered yet. And until you do that and you're finna have a child of your own, you have to have certain things answered as a woman to even be able to nurture your own kids, because at some point you're afraid. And I went to Lake Wells, Florida, and I had been riding around the neighborhood for like 20, 30 minutes, and I stopped at a church. It was a pastor in the yard, mowing the yard, actually. And I asked him, I said, do you know what this address? And he said, no, but if you give me a name, I'm better with names than addresses. I said, okay, and I gave him my mother's name, and he kind of looked, and then he said, I know her. She used to babysit me when I was younger, me and my brother, for my mom. I was like, wow. He said, but can I ask, why are you looking for her? Because you don't just show up at somebody's house unannounced and not knowing if they came to kill them or hurt them or whatever the case may be. So he took me in the church. I met his wife. She was in cleaning the sanctuary. I sat with her. He left. He came back. And he said, come on, I'm going to take you there. When he came back, I walked in the house. There was 3 ladies sitting in there. Me unaware who was who. And she stood up, and she was crying and everything. And I can remember just sitting there trying to grasp the whole concept of what was happening. The other two ladies that was there was my grandmother, which was her mom, and her sister. And to be honest, I didn't know what to feel, because I had been praying, as a little girl, and going in and out of different foster homes, pretty much being the maid, the babysitter, being abused and everything. So it was kind of hard to just see her crying and not really relating to her, because I didn't even know how to relate to her. Yeah. We began to talk, and it's just one question that really bothered me. And I said, would you have looked for me? And when she said no, I think that broke me to a point where I didn't even know how to respond. I left. I went home to my husband. I was in tears. We prayed together that night. I'll never forget it. And a couple of months later, I invited her to come stay with us. Well, every night she was there, I cried. Every night, it bothered me. I couldn't even sleep. I didn't understand why, but it was because I was in search of something that really God wasn't himself wanted me to have, and that was a relationship. Because later on, about 2 or 3 years ago, me and her had a falling out. I was not speaking to her, but I went to a church service. In that church service, God began to minister and said that she did what she was purposed to do, and that was to birth me. See, sometimes we don't understand the paths that God put us on, but everything works together. You know, she did what her main goal was to birth what God needed in the world. And I was able to mend my hurt through that, because I held a lot of things against her. I would be so angry. I would talk negative to her. She couldn't tell me nothing. And it was because of the hurt and the pain. You know what I'm saying? Then her not even trying to build a relationship with me hurt me the worst, because I'm like, I came back and gave you the opportunity to right your wrong. But in reality, it was not a wrong. It was what God was in God's plan for me. I got 2 beautiful daughters. I have 4 beautiful daughters now. And the love that I showed them, I enabled them a lot, because I just wanted to protect them. I just wanted to know that they was okay. I wanted to know. And for a long time, I think the anger towards her was more of the abuse that I experienced, and the way they treated me and different stuff like that. So it caused me not to have good relationships with anybody, to be honest, because I was afraid they'd get so close and I would pull away. You know, and it was until I actually met this young lady, Pastor Young, and one of her cousins, and they loved on me for no reason. They wanted nothing. Normally when people come into my life, to be honest, I serve a purpose. I always take care of them. I always take care of what they need, and they never seen that I needed to. But when I met them, I can honestly say I done healed a whole lot just in the time that I've been around y'all. And even in ministry. Ministry will heal you if you allow it to. But you have to listen to the voice of God. That inner part of you, it will heal you from the inside out. And with me now, my journey is taking me into a place where I want to help other people in that sense. I want people to know it doesn't matter where we started. It's the end result. Things that happened to me, it made me so much stronger, so much loving. You know, I'm able to love on people without any hidden agendas, without wanting anything. Just love them, because everybody needs that. And not experiencing that at a younger age made me know I wanted nobody else to feel how I did. Because I felt like I wasn't wanted. I felt like nobody loved me. But when God comes into your life and you allow Him, to be honest, the love that He offers, can't nobody really offer you that. They can't even come close to it, because He loves us even when we don't love ourselves. It was time I looked in the mirror and I would just cry, because I would be so hurt and nobody understood, because I would be all dressed up, makeup, working and tending to my kids and doing all these things, and I was broken.
That's true.
I was broken so bad. At nighttime I wasn't sleeping. I mean, and nobody understood, well, why she got bags or whatever. Because it's hard to not have a safe place to go, not trust people enough to say, hey sis, I'm hurting, or I need you, or I just need to talk. And that's my purpose really today, is to let y'all know it's people out there, myself, my sister, a lot of more people that just want you to be safe. They want you to get it up out of you, because until you do, you can't even experience the fullness of God and the love He has for you. You have to allow His love to heal you. And it's not wrong to heal. You're allowed to heal. It's you allowing yourself to be healed. And I had to allow myself to be healed. Now, when I call my mom and say, hey, how you doing? I love you. I'm able to know that you're my mom, but it's not meant for a relationship. And it's so crazy, because that's how I love on people. I just want to love them. I just want them to know that it's okay People need people to listen. When I was younger, nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to take the extra time out to see was I okay. None of that. But me, I'm that person. I want to know if you're okay. I want to know if you're hurting. I'll stay up all night with you. I'll talk to you. I'll minister to you. I'll do whatever it takes because we need that. We need just that in this world. We need people that are, and guess what? Nobody can judge you. God said we're all filthy rags.
Yes.
So what you've been through is no worse than I've been through. Because the pastor been through. None of us been through because we're all filthy rags. But God cleanses us up and uses us for His glory. Yes. And it's such an awesome feeling when God began to use you.
Yes.
It really is. So I encourage everybody on here, dig up those roots. Don't be bound. Let God set you free, because when He sets you free, you're free indeed. Can't nobody bound you anymore. Can't nobody take you to your past. You're not bound to your past. You owe nobody nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
Well, it's something that you said that a lot of young women, like, because of me, I felt like, which this is not about me, guys, it's about her, but I felt in a time where I felt that when I was dealing with my mom, that some of the things that I experienced, I really didn't experience it through men, but I experienced it like as of taking it out on others, like other adults, where I would be like mean, I would be rude, I did not care who and what you had to say, like I would literally like disrespect you like in a blink of an eye. So when I heard you say it made you become like this closed in person where you, not saying you was rude, but you was mean to a point, like you wasn't to be played with. So I can relate to that 100% because that's how I was towards my grandma, my granddad. Like I just felt that because I felt like as a young girl, how can I be left, abandoned, or I think I may be, or whatever, left or rejected by my mom. But at the end, like you said, God wants us to trust Him, and we have to realize that we're not just put here to be put here. Like when we birth something, or our parents birth something, it's birthed for purpose. So you said a whole lot. So with that being said, I have something new here where I have 3 questions, and I will ask you the questions, and you just answer them to the best of your ability. So the first question is, what age did you feel as though you was totally delivered, or shall I say released from knowing that it's okay that your mom stated that she wouldn't have looked for you?
To be honest, about 2 or 3 years ago, out of all my life, because looking back now, I said I was healed, but I'm going to tell you how you know you're not healed. It's every time something goes wrong and that anger comes back up, or you reach out to people. I was like at the point where nobody could tell me. I stayed home. I worked and was literally home. My kids, and I feel so bad now because they used to say, Mom, you never let nobody come to your house. But I felt like that was my safety net. Why let somebody else enter into my safety zone if they wasn't real and they wasn't coming wholeheartedly? So it kept me away from a lot of people that probably would have blessed me, probably would have loved me the way I needed to be loved, but being so frightened of it through the things that I've been through, because people make promises every day. And to be let down and disappointed so much, but then I began to learn that we look for ourselves in other people. So that's our biggest mistake. Everybody's not going to take things the way I take it, or be the person that I want them to be. I have to accept them for who they is. And that's a lot of the disappointment that we experience too. And especially with her, I was saved, I was still going to church, I was doing everything, but that hurt was there. That root was there. And now I can honestly say, I love on her, I hug on her, and I love on people the way I felt like I should have been loved on.
The next question is, do you feel like this have affected the way you love your kids, or do you feel that it has motivated you on how to love them?
It affected me in 2 different ways, and I'm kind of explaining a little bit of it. The one way that I did not like is I was too overprotective. It's things they could have experienced that I didn't allow because I was frightened of what could have happened or what what may happen. But far as anything else, I enabled my kids. I took care of them so long till God had to move me out of their way, basically. They didn't know what bill paying was. They didn't know how to pay their own cell phone. I took care of everything for them. They was working and everything, but just who I am, who I was, I wanted them to enjoy life. Something I wasn't able to enjoy. But for the most part, I loved them without any conditions. I loved them for who they were. I didn't want them to hide anything from me. And right now today, my kids are calling. We'll have conversations that most people they observe would be like, why would they tell their mom that? Because I left that open door for them. I'd rather for them to know in the Christian aspect and the ways to go than to get it from somewhere else and look at it totally different. So I leave that door open to them and I don't judge them because they have a journey of their own. And I respect that.
Okay. So it affected you or motivated?
It motivated me to push them.
So the next question is, it's kind of a 2-question type thing because I have 2 on here, but how is the relationship with your mom now?
It's simple. I guess that's the easy way to put it. I call home holidays. Her birthday was on the 4th of this month. But like trying to build a relationship with her now, I don't feel the need for that anymore. I feel safe with how you doing. I don't disrespect her. I'm not angry with her. She chose her path, and I've chosen mine. So it's more of a respect thing more than anything. And it's so funny because I was telling somebody the other day, I said, it's hard to figure if she passed away today out of mind, what would be my emotions? And that's something to really figure out at this point in my life. But I respect her to the fullest because she did not even have to birth purpose. So we have a simple relationship to me.
Okay, so last question is, how did this teach you to love on other young women?
It taught me that even though you could be in a home with your mom, your dad, family, you can still feel a sense of abandonment. Because some parents don't pay the kids any attention. They don't love them like they should. I mean, it's different things. Like with my kids, what I went through at nighttime, I would go in there and kiss them every night in the middle of the night and just pray over them and love on them. Because I felt if they don't wake up in the morning, if I don't wake up in the morning, they know that they are totally loved without any restrictions. But the young ladies that I'm meeting, a lot of them are broken. They're hurt. They've been through different situations, but believe it or not, some situations I have really walked through and I'm able to tell them that it's only to build you. God would never do nothing to just destroy you because you're his child. He's only trying to motivate you. He's trying to get you the best part of you out of you. And believe it or not, certain situations, that's what bring out of us the best part of us, because a lot of us are so shy, so timid, so locked up. But one thing I really want to say today is, do not build walls that entraps you. And that's what I did. I entrapped it myself when all I had to do was trust God. But at the time, I wasn't where I am now. So I thank God that the walls are, you know what I'm saying, have came, And that's what I advise you. Do not build walls and entrap yourself, because you deserve
to be free.
To be free and to be loved. And God's love is unconditional. No matter what you do, how many times we disappoint him, he still takes care of us. And he still loves us past us.
Amen. Amen. Well, y'all heard it. She had a whole lot of encouragement. The young women out here, they don't know how to deal with feeling, you know, rejected or abandoned by a mother. It can be by a father. Like, because we have fathers too that's missing out of their young boys' life, whether it's young boys or girls. But we don't really know as parents how the kids feel, because we don't take a chance to open up. We feel like, okay, well, if she feeling or he feeling like this, they need to come to me and tell me, which that's being very selfish, because honestly, I've dealt with that majority of my life with my parents. Like, if you feel some kind of way or you dealing with stuff, why you ain't come tell me? But you got to understand, all kids are not the same. Some kids may feel like they can come to you because of the way you treat them, but some of the other kids may feel like, I just did not feel safe to come to you and tell you. So, you know, just like she said, it's not, when you being abandoned or rejected from a parent, it's not just about the parent being missing out of your life. It simply can be the parent in the room and you still feeling rejected because the parent don't come show no love. They don't spend time with you. Now that we're ending the video, like, how can you, or what can you say to not just empower the people, but encourage them to know that even through rejection, like, not just, you know, it's not just about the rejection part, but it's about God. Like, God can really reach out to y'all and love y'all way harder and more than any human on this earth. Yes, so how can you encourage them?
Okay, to be honest, I encourage you to seek God. Because some of us are afraid. Some of us are still broken. Some of us are still, even in ministry, even in different things. A lot of women do not talk about it because they're afraid of judgment. They're afraid of so much. Find you a safe haven, please. Because the digger you dig, it goes down, the harder it is to bring back up. And I know from experience. You know what I'm saying? And the mothers out there, begin to sit down once a week and talk to your kids. Touch bases. See how they feel. Because believe it or not, we want respect from them, but do we really respect them as who they are? That's the thing that a lot of us like, because me as a mother, I didn't have a mother figure. So a lot of things I learned interacting with my kids.
It had to be through God too, because God will teach us how to take care and love on our kids.
And that's the thing I love about it, because now when my kids talk to me, even through this pandemic, my kids have showed me more love, just sending, helping me financially, just calling me every day. I mean, our bond stays so good because we are able to communicate. And I'm able to be honest with them, and they're able to be honest with me. So if it's once a week, sit down and say, baby, how you feeling when you come from school? Kids are being bullied. Kids are being done so much too, but we're so busy with work, church, our husbands, I mean, different other things that take our attention. But our kids need us, and they need us now. They really do, because we're going to leave this world and they're going to be here. We have to give them the very foundation that they're going to be living off of, and that's the instructions of the Holy God of God. That Bible, buy your kids a Bible. Teach them the instructions, because that's going to carry them through. Because like I say, Scripture will tell you everything that happens to you is for the good. It don't feel good, but in the long run, you'll understand it more once you really seek God. And He will minister to you. The Holy Spirit is your comforter. And you take Him everywhere you go. He will comfort you when nobody else will, when nobody else is around. So I encourage you, seek God.
That's true. So was that what you was going to say before?
No, what I was going to say is, the way I really built my relationship with my kids is I took time for them. Take them on a date. I would take my girls out. We'd go to the movies. I'd take my son and I would teach him how to treat a woman. This is how I would love to be treated. Was I treated like that? Necessarily no, but I knew what the perception of it was. So we have to teach them the right way. Some people don't know the right way. I can't teach you something I don't know. Or I can't exemplify nothing that I don't know. It has to come from somewhere. Let it come from you. Let God lead you to lead your babies. Your babies is our future. They're going to be future preachers, teachers, evangelists. They're going to be our future. We have to build them now. 5, 6 years old, those are the most impressionable years of their lives. So begin to build them now. Begin to teach them to worship in spirit and in truth. To really, really seek God. And I wish I knew what I knew now. Because a lot of things I would not have went through. But it was to help somebody else. Your testimony, what you've been through, it wasn't for you. We take it personal, but it's not. It's to help somebody else. And I'm here to help anybody that needs that extra help. Anybody need that extra push, because there's purpose inside your belly.
Amen. Amen. So that wraps up our video. She said a whole mouthful. I pray that this touched somebody, that it encouraged you guys, not just looking at the bad aspect of rejection and abandonment, but looking at the simple fact that God knows all things. He sees all things. And there's nothing that happens here on earth that he don't know about. If he know that you're lacking love, he will try his hardest to come into your life, come into your heart. So in this moment, if you're dealing with rejection or you're dealing with, abandonment, whether, like I say, whether it's your parents or friendships, relationships, marriages, whatever it may be, you got to understand that there's nobody here on earth that will take that place better than God can. So I pray that this encourage you guys, and I pray that it reaches somebody that is dealing with this. And if it is you, you can reach out to us on Facebook. Yo, you want to share your Facebook name?
Yeah, my Facebook name is Sister Rebecca Lynn. Always inbox me. You're welcome to my number. Whatever you like. Anything, any way I can help you or assist you, I'm here for that.
Amen. And of course, you guys know my name is Taquisha Young on Facebook. So reach out, inbox me, let me know, what's going on. As I said a couple days ago or weeks ago on my last video, that if you guys have a story or something that you may want to talk about, or something that you may feel that can reach somebody else, to help someone else, you can always reach out to me and let me know, hey, I have this story. Is it okay if we record it and get it out? I'm open to it. I'm all open for this. Channel is based off healing and deliverance. I just want everybody to get their stories out where they feel like these stories can help others. I just want people to be healed and delivered and set free. So, like I said, if you want to, just reach out to me and just let me know, your story. And we can record it and put it out there just to heal and deliver somebody. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys be on the lookout for the next video.
God bless.
Hey, wait. Before you leave, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment down below on how you feel that the video went. You can comment topics that you may need help on, that you may want me to speak on. Just make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys turn on your notification bells so you can be notified on when the next video will be posted. Again, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.